Hey everyone, Harry here from my own personal high-tech torture prison, O'Hare Airport. Oh, I'm just kidding. At least it's not Newark Airport. Oh, I'm still just kidding. Here en route to record these two today under more rugged circumstances. First, to talk about the pretty rich story involving the unamicable divorce between Donald Trump and the Federalist Society in general, and Leonard Leo in particular. Now, Leonard Leo is a pretty notorious fellow, certainly among the people who watch judicial nominations, and he had a huge role, basically, everyone would agree, the determinative role in the judge picking for the first Trump term, which had generally been considered to date to have been a roaring success. It brought us, from the conservative point of view, it brought us, among others, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett, a lot of judges in the district courts and court of appeals. And the Federalist Society, in fact, was taken to task by some of its own for kind of playing ball with Trump, whom they know, anyone really knows, to be corrupt and not faithful to the Constitution. But anyway, they had played this role. And now Trump, out of the blue, so it seems to us, completely trashes them, calls Leo a sleazebag, says he got bad advice from Leo, and basically has ousted them from the seats of power. Leo, for his part, said sort of diplomatically, I wish the president well, and I think the federal judiciary is in very good shape. But look, this is a guy who is the bête noire of the left because of his really outsized role in not just choosing judges, but also in arranging these different organizations that have taken in huge contributions in service of getting, well, different conservative causes, but certainly to include the curating and kind of nurturing of potential appointees to the courts. All of a sudden, he is out, and Trump says bad advice. What happened here? It appears to be simply the decision of the Court of International Trade, which last week invalidated Trump's tariffs. If that's it, of course, it's bizarre and certainly ironic because that was a three-person court, one Trump appointee, one Obama appointee, one Reagan appointee. They held in a unanimous per curiam what other courts have held, which is that Trump's assertion of authority to do these really outsized tariffs just does not hold up. And Trump is apoplectic about this, but of course, there's another hypothesis which you might come to if you look at other courts who have done more or less the same thing, which is that the tariffs are themselves unlawful, excessive authority, and this is what the Court of International Trade held. Now, after the court held that, it went in the way that the Trump administration always does, up on emergency basis. It's emergency court. We need to be able to basically push around different nations in the Trump tariff regime and be able to influence their conduct. And the Federal Circuit has entered an administrative stay. All that means is they took what the court below did and said, we'll hold it for now till we can decide. And they set a pretty fast briefing schedule where the briefs are due, the first round, at the end of this week, and they'll decide it soon. So to the extent it kind of plays in the press as it's been reversed or invalidated on appeal, that's wrong. All that's happened is that it's been frozen. But back to the Federalist Society, they are out, even though I think almost all conservatives would say they did, as did predecessors before them, say in the Reagan administration, really legion work reshaping the courts. They brought us those three justices who, just for starters, overturned Roe versus Wade, a conservative pipe dream for years that came to fruition, and this grotesque and very consequential immunity decision, giving Trump a free pass in all kinds of conduct, you would think they would be championed. And certainly they are reviled among progressives for some of the work they've done. Nevertheless, Trump ousts them for no good reason. I wrote about this in my Substack, which you can check out. But what I said here is Trump is the scorpion to Leo's frog. And that fable has it. The scorpion wants to cross the river, asks the frog to piggyback him. And the frog says, I don't know, if you sting me, I'll die. And the scorpion says, why would I sting you? We would both drown then. And the frog said, okay, and lets him come aboard. Halfway across, sure enough, the scorpion stings the frog and they both die. And as the frog's going down for his last breath, he says, why would you do that? Now you're going to die too. And he said, it's just my character. I just couldn't help it. I think in a similar way, Trump, for reasons of domination, power mongering, showing who's boss, Leonard Leo's joined a very, very long list of people, former acolytes whom Trump has banished. Leo and the Federalist Society are the new ones. He seems as if he's going to be replaced by this guy, Mike Davis, a Gorsuch clerk, who, knows his stuff, but has been a very, very both vocal and you could say steadfast Trump partisan, including in all the kinds of big controversies, taking Trump's side, which, not to put too fine a point on it, has been a false, lying side. So it looks like Leo out, Davis in, and Trump, the scorpion, stinging Leo, really can't help himself. That's who he is. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.